Hello, welcome back to Beauty Bee and to my 8th update for my Project 100 uses. Yeah, 8 months. So I thought that this month I'd actually start by talking a little bit more about how I actually track my usage. So for example, this month is the first month that I have a collection of singles that I'm including in this project. They are these 6 singles from ColourPop. I got them, I think, just after I filmed my last update. And I'm just counting all of these as one unit. So if I use just the pink, that'll count. If I use the pink, the silver, and the purple all in one look, that still only counts as one use for me. I just don't want to fall down the rabbit hole of having to track usage on every single shadow I own. The system that I actually use to keep track of my usage is just a clipboard. I've written, for example, every eyeshadow product that I own, or at least the category. So for example, ColourPop Singles is just one line. Every day when I'm done with my makeup, it's sitting right here next to me, and I just add a tally to what I have used. I have a pretty manageable, I feel, sized collection. So for me, this is just 2 sheets, front only, and they're all my lip products. And then every month I go in and update values in an Excel spreadsheet. I might put in a screenshot of the Excel spreadsheet, but I also might not. We'll see. Now let's get into the updates. The first item, we can go back to those ColourPop singles. I have used these 7 times at this point. I've used all of the shades at least once, and some of them I have used several times. In fact, I don't think there's any in here that I haven't used at least twice. I've been really enjoying them. I think that they were a good buy for me. Another item that is getting counted as a group is this trio of e.l.f. Liquid shadows. I have owned this one for a couple of months at this point, and I recently added these 2. This is 24 karat gold, and this is the shade Disco Queen. I have a haul video that either came out yesterday or is being posted tomorrow. I don't remember exactly which order I'm putting these up in, but I'll go more into detail. April's my birthday month. I brought in a lot of things this month, and I'm probably not going to mention all of them in here, though I usually do point out the things that I'm adding to the project. Anyway, if you're interested, you can see that video, but I have used at least one of these glitters 6 times this month for a total of 17 uses. And I do have a goalpost set at 20 uses, and I think that it should be very achievable to use these 3 times in the next month. I've been really enjoying them. This Maybelline City Mini palette in Chill Brunch Neutrals I have used 6 times in the past month for a total of 35 uses. I have these 2 shades in my year-long project pan, and then I have this brown shade in my 5 uses to figure it out. So I would like to get up to 50 uses in the next month. I don't know if that will happen. I won't be too disappointed if it takes me until June's update, but I want to really make a point of using this. It is such a pretty everyday shade combination, especially for spring. There have been a couple of springs where wearing this in the crease and this gold on the lid was pretty much my everyday look. So I think that it will be a stretch probably to get to 15 uses, but I don't think it will be impossible. In last month's update, I believe I set myself a usage goal of 9 or 10 uses on this NYX Ultimate Edit palette in Ash. I actually ended up using it 4 times for a total of 75 uses. That's still not too bad, but I was kind of hoping that I would get it up to a point where I could maybe hit 100 uses in next month's update, and that's absolutely not going to happen at this point. I didn't just slack off entirely though. I did hit major goalposts on 2 products. The first is this Maybelline Matte About Town palette. I used this 5 times in the last month for a total of 53 uses, and I do think this looks like a well-loved palette. I mean, this was looking fairly similar to this when I rolled it in. I think that I had a significant amount of pan in this shade as well as these two, and I believe that I hit pan in this cream shade and then ended up mixing it in with the remnants of this almost, this was actually more of a true white, and this was more of a mid, a little bit of a deeper cream, if you can call a cream deeper. Anyway, I ended up mixing those together and repressing it, and I really like this palette. It is not something that I would find myself reaching into very often for a complete look. It's just a hair too neutral for my tastes. I tend to use this more like I think a lot of people did their Naked Basics palette. If I have something really colorful going on, or I just need some sort of staple matte, I need a brown for the crease or something to function as a transition shade, this is just an easy go-to because I know that it will have something that'll work. Then the real winner this month as far as usage goes was my NYX Avant Pop palette. Now, I have repressed this palette. It used to be a 10 pan palette, and now I have 8 pans remaining. I used this 25 times in the last month for a total of 65 uses. Much of that is due to this creamy yellow, which I have been using pretty often to set down my eyeshadow primer. But I think I've also used every other shade in here. I've actually used the taupe quite a bit. That's been in my pan, those eyeshadows. And I've reached into everything else. I really love this palette. It was my absolute favorite for years, and I'm glad that I'm still getting good use out of it. I would like to hit 100 uses on this in 2 months' time, so in June's update, I think that should be achievable because I am using that cream shade every day. If it wasn't, I think it might take me a 3rd month. Now moving on to lip products. I brought in 2 glosses this month that I'm actually going to talk about. These are both minis that I got through Ipsy. One is from Pixi, one is from Beauty For Real, and I've used each of these 3 times. I'm actually relatively close to 20 uses on several different lip products. The first is my Dior 999 lipstick. I have used this 15 times, 2 times in the past month, and I don't know if I can get it quite to 20 in the next month, but I would like to. That would be very cool. I love this. This is stunning. On a related note, my e.l.f. red lip liner is at 19 uses, so I think I should manage to get to 20. My e.l.f. Ride or Die lip balm in Just Peachy is also at 19 uses, and I know for an absolute fact that I can have this one at 20 before the next update because realistically it already is. I just pulled together these numbers last night, but I was wearing this for a good chunk of the morning. So I'm kind of at 20 already, but we're not counting it. We can save that for next month. I am at 16 uses on this e.l.f. Tea Rose lip lacquer. I used it 4 times in the past month, and I think there's a good chance that I will use it 4 times in the upcoming month. This looks very gray purple in the tube, but I find that upon application and with a little bit of wear down, it becomes a very flattering, cool toned pink on me, which is a great color for spring and one I think that I will continue to reach for quite a bit. I've hit goals on quite a few different lip products as well. The first and probably most notable is this NYX Tiramisu Butter Gloss. I have used this 12 times in the past month, which is by far the most of any lip products. And I am now at 30 uses. Two more lipsticks that I've hit that 20 use mark on are the Dior Nude Look lipstick. Here is what that shade looks like. And I have used this 21 times, so 5 times in the past month. I'm very happy with that progress. The progress that I'm even happier with, though, is on this Bite Sazerac lipstick. I have used this 10 times in the past month for a total of 24 uses, and that is what I have left. I think that I have probably 1 day of use left on this. Not one application. I think there are a couple of different applications in this, but if I touch up after lunch, I think that might be it for it, which is sad but exciting at the same time because this is a really lovely color. And then finally, a lipstick I have hit the 50 use mark on is my Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade Secret Club. I was at 46 uses last month. Now I am at 56 uses, and I mean, that's rolled all the way up. I'm definitely making good progress on it. My goal is to finish half of this lipstick this year, and I am quickly approaching that goal. We're going to round out this video with cheek products. My big goal for this month in this category is just to use everything at least once. I do believe that I accomplished that this month. In fact, I'm looking over my list. I definitely did. But I did add a couple of things over the course of the month. Nothing too insane. Again, you can check out my haul video if you're interested. And I want to make sure that I'm still using those items that were already in my collection. So a couple of things that I want to hit some additional goalposts on. The first is this Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blush. This is in the shade Call My Blush. You are getting some awful glare from that packaging. It's this really easy to wear pink shade. I am currently at 17 uses on this. I've used it 5 times in the past month, and I would like to get this up to 20 at least. I'd really like to get it beyond 20, but I'd be very happy with just 20 as well. Another one that I would like to hit some goals on is this Wet n Wild Rosé Champagne blush. This is currently at 44 uses. I've used it 10 times in the past month, which I think is great. So it will take me 6 more uses to get to 50. I also did a really good job of using my face palettes this month. The first one we're going to talk about is this Benefit Cheek Leaders Trio. I got this at the beginning of February, and I have used this 13 times in the past month for a total of 24 uses, which is great. I have also hit the 20 use mark on this Physician Formula All-Star face palette. I just get hit with a butter bronzer scent whenever I open this thing. I have used this 19 times in the past month, which I'm very, very happy about, for a total of 28 uses. I'd actually purchased this not too long before I filmed my previous update. I think I'd had this for maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks at that point, and I have been really, really enjoying it, and I'm glad to see that I am actually using it. And then saving the best for last, we have the most exciting update in this entire video. I have hit 103 uses actually on my Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting palettes. I have some pan. I have some not real pan. I just scraped it out and pressed it into an eyeshadow. But this is actually looking pretty beat up at this point, which is definitely what I prefer. You know when couples have been together for a while and they will sometimes start to not care as much about their appearance because they're just so comfortable with each other? That's what I want my relationship with my makeup to feel like. That seems like a good balance to me. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I will link my playlist that has my other update videos as well as the introduction video down in the description box. And I really hope that you will consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed. Be sure to check back next month if you're interested in seeing additional progress. Unfortunately, I do not think I will hit 100 uses on anything, but as we talked about earlier, I think there are definitely some other goalposts that are well within reach. All right, thanks again, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.